I spent 7 years animal product free and loved it. I spent 7 years following that high fat, good quality animal product. Ketogenic, paleo-esque. Two opposingly, diametrically opposite diets, but they both worked. And like I've already said, I felt like a winner doing both styles of diet. And having worn the hat and walked in the shoes, I was absolutely aware of my directional focus, and the vegan focus is of a more harmonious life. Who could blame them? Who, you know, this is why I think the vegans get so passionate. Who wouldn't want that? Who really wouldn't want that? Much more harmony, much more harmonious interaction with the feathers and the four-leggeds, and that future we need to start creating now. We really do. We need to push in that direction. The other 7 years, I was like studying Joseph Campbell and his anthropology and his mythology, and I was studying Weston Price and seeing where we came from. And it's really interesting to watch the human evolution and how successful we have been to be here now. And I wholeheartedly believe that is through a symbiotic relationship with animals. And the best examples Joseph Campbell makes, I won't even attempt to articulate things as beautifully as he does. Check him out. But just how how the Native Americans are just the antithesis of a spiritual culture. They lived in harmony with nature, they lived on the land and they lived off the land. And you couldn't get any more spiritual than that. And yet they lived on death. They only thrived and survived for the hide, the leather that they swaddled their babies in, from the teepees made of the hide of the buffalo and other animals, from the nourishment they got from the animal products. And we transition. My father's father ate meat. We're here, you know, before that as a hunter-gatherer, as a caveman. And so I realise paleo is a really good name, paleolithically, so it gives you the directional focus of that way. And it's like, I'm here now, and do I want to hold myself accountable for my past? I have to be here now, but can I possibly co-create and change the future? I have to. I'm here now. And so these two diets, these two directional forces appear different. And for me, you can't really do one without the other. Factory farming, there is no two ways about it, is abhorrent, is horrific, is barbaric, and has to go. It's big business, it's big corporations, it's big farm, it's big industries that need to be held responsible. We don't need the animal consumption that we have today, but it's not that we don't need any biodynamic, local, free range, small holdings. It's the way to go. It's because it's where we've come from. You can't take our biology out of us. You can't transition from being meat eaters in one generation. It's a progression. I see where the vegan movement is going, but there's more impact to shop sensibly for animal products. There's more impact to source your animal products sensibly. To cut it all out, it's not a viable option. Come on, vegan folk, you're clever. Really, come on, you may need to increase your fat intake to help boost a bit of brain power, but you guys are clever, you're on the money, you're really helping us create a better future. But to completely shun all the meat eaters and the dairy consumers is to shun where you've come from, where we've come from. We have a history. We have to own and honour that history in order to be able to change it. And so to blanket statement that we shouldn't eat meat and we shouldn't eat animal products is to cut a massive chunk of our evolution out of us. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we're here, but that is why we're here. This symbiotic relationship with the animals that roam free, that had the quality of life. And really, this factory farming is the problem. It's mega dairies that are the problem. It's big business that is the problem, not the actual meat consumption itself. And so I think with the energy and the tenacity I've seen of a lot of these raw vegans, we can really turn things around. But you have to accept where we came from. You know, I've done cooking for people with cancer, and the oncologists have said they just need the nutrition. And the best nutrition that they've agreed is a bone broth. It's animal products have this nourishment, this deep nourishment. You can't deny it. You can't. The way that meat is delivered to the average person's table is unacceptable. On that tilt, you know, the vegans are right. But for ancestral, for lineage, for people that have a long time consumed meat, you can't transition it in one generation. You just can't. And to say that it's the meat that causes cardiovascular obesity and diabetes, I'm sorry, it isn't true. It's not. There's a tribe in Africa that eats meat, blood, and dairy, and has no heart disease, has no diabetes. And you want to check them out. They definitely have no obesity. The Eskimos couldn't be transitioned to a plant-based diet. They're still human, they're still us. That's just their biology. It's how they've evolved. We have to take where we come from into consideration. And hey, we already hear where we need to be going. You know, you sing it so well, you vegan chaps and chapesses. But we can't ignore that side of our evolution and how we got here.